What's up, guys? CryptoSavy here. I hope everybody's having a fabulous Monday, and I hope you had a great weekend. We're going to be taking a look at Bitcoin and where we might be headed. Are we going to head down to 6,900, maybe lower? Are we going to pop up from here? We're going to talk about it. Also, I want to remind you guys I'm doing a free t-shirt giveaway on Sunday. I'll pick a random comment from a video throughout the week. Definitely don't forget to hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and leave your comment down below to get you entered to win the free t-shirt. Also, I want to remind you guys there's a free Discord group in the description below the video. It's totally free. Check it out, guys. If you love crypto, you'll love the community. And let's get on with the video. All right, guys, as always, you know I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice, trading advice, any of that. Disclaimers scrolling on the bottom. Make sure you read it, and let's get on with it. Looking at Bitcoin on the monthly. Before we do that, I want to look at the Fear and Greed Index. We have raised 3 points since yesterday from 25 to 28, but we're still in the fear zone. Again, guys, this is kind of more fun than an actual indicator, but I do like to take a look at it just to kind of keep up with it, see where it's at. Also, I want to remind you guys my wife's webpage, which there's a link down below. There's other links down there that really help support the channel out. Anchorimage.com. This is where you will pick the t-shirt if you do win on Sunday. Like I said, make sure you don't forget to leave a comment. She has other stuff too, hoodies and keychains and stuff that aren't on here. And you can put anything on these shirts, not just what you see. So hit her up, let her know, help support the channel. All right, looking at Bitcoin on the monthly. We've been looking at this as a giant bull flag. I still believe it is possible that it is a giant bull flag. Although right now, as you can see, we are trapped in between the 21 and the 13 EMA here on the monthly. The top of this bull flag for the monthly would be around the $8,700 range. If we broke out of that with conviction, I would get extremely bullish there. Is that going to happen this month? Who knows? We'll talk about that as it comes. If we were to go straight down to the bottom of this trend, we'd be looking at around the $5,900 range. But let's take a look now. Also, I wanted to point out, as you can see, we're having lower volume. The volume's declining here, still within this formation. That's why I do believe it could still be a bull flag. We're going to... I want to remind you guys, too, I'm going to be doing an interview tonight. We'll have a special guest on and talk about some stuff. He's a well-known trader, and we're going to kind of reveal some of the scams going on in crypto and what to watch out for. A lot of these guys getting you to pay for their groups, and they really don't even know what they're doing. They're just taking your Bitcoin. So definitely make sure you tune in. It's going to be around 6 p.m. Eastern tonight. So yeah. All right. On to the weekly. Same thing on the weekly. I have the flag drawn in here in the same way. I also have this dotted line you can see on the bottom, which I just cloned the top line. And if we were to come all the way back down here, we could line up with the 200 EMA on the weekly. That could be as low as like $4,900, $5,000 range if we break this support line here. So until that's broken, I wouldn't be too worried about that. Also, same thing in the weekly. You can see the volume's declining. Want to show you also and we'll look at the RSI too. It's giving us clues in the smaller time frames when we go to the daily and the 4 hour too, as where we might be headed in the more immediate future. As you can see, I have this red support line drawn in here on the RSI. We've got to bounce off it. Back here was heavy support. Obviously, when we had our capitulation back in November of last year, you can see we broke it and then broke right back on top of it, and we are getting support on the weekly on it right now. Let's go into the daily. All right, we talked about this yesterday on the daily. I had a measured move here. If we looked at this as a rising wedge, the measured move out of that from where we broke down, which was right here, would be around the 65.80. Now, we don't have to go that low, and we'll take a look at the 4 hour and see what that's telling us. But as you can see, we are getting resistance from the 8 EMA right here. We bounced off it earlier today or earlier in the morning. And if this line right here is the 0.618, and I'll back up a little bit from this whole move here. We put the Fibonacci extension from the swing low to the swing high. This is the golden pocket in between the 0.65 and the 0.618, where we did get a nice bounce. Once we dipped past that, now we are getting support right now around the 72.30 range, which is the 0.618. Like I said, there is a possibility we pop up from here and maybe come test the 7,700 again before coming down. But it's actually looking pretty bearish to me right now, guys. I think we are most likely headed down to the 6,900 range, which is going to be around the 0.65. And we'll take a look at that in the 4 hour. I want to look at the RSI now real quick. This kind of backs up. If we look at the falling channel here, this kind of backs up the idea that we'll be coming back down to retest the top of this falling channel. And as you can see right here, we could even form a small inverse head and shoulder, or a small head and shoulders right here, which would bring us back down to test this, maybe even this line, and that would be the lower lows that we're going to talk about here in a minute. Let's get into the 4 hour RSI and see what that's telling us. Same thing, we could be coming back down to test this trend line here, which we broke out of. Let me zoom out a little bit. We had this rising broadening wedge here. We had a falling broadening wedge inside, which we broke out of, which was pretty damn bullish. And as of now, the same thing could be looking at a head and shoulders right here and coming back down to retest this trend line. Worst case down here. We're going to take a look at those targets now in the price action. And also, guys, I do have some links if you guys are interested in trading, although I do not suggest just jumping into trading without trying on like a fake account or a test net like Bybit. I do have a Bybit link. I'll leave a tutorial above. But be very careful, guys, if you are trading. Don't do high leverage, and don't just start out with, your whole portfolio. Put in a little bit. Even, like I said, try the test net first, and then, if you do good at that, try a very small amount of money on the real exchange, and then go from there. See if you like it. Trading's not for everybody, and you can lose a lot of money if you don't know what you're doing. So be careful, guys. But anyways, I do have links down below. You get a $60 bonus for signing up with Bybit. There's also a Prime XBT one. You get a 35% bonus on whatever you deposit. So just be careful, guys. Don't get crazy. Let's look at the 4 hour now. So if we look at this red line right here, or orange, I'm colorblind, so if we look at this line right here, and using the top, this yellow line, if we did a measured move here of rising wedge, and we took a measured move from the widest point of it right here, from the 2 touches to where we had broken down, that gets us down to the 6,900 range, and that's what I was talking about. That's also the 0.65. If that breaks, we do have lower targets. And I'm actually looking at the lower targets right now, but we'll have to see how these prices react here. I also have this measured move, measuring this here as a flag pull, this being a bear flag on this white line where we broke down. That's around the 70 or 70.50 range. We'll probably get some support there, maybe come back up and test the 7,200 before continuing down. I do believe we're most likely going to head to the 69 area. Also, if we look at this as a rising channel and do a measured move of the width of the channel to where we broke down on this candle, that would get us down to about the 66.50 range. And then, of course, we have this 65.80 range, which we took a look at on the daily. These are the areas to watch, guys. This 0.65, if that breaks, most likely we're going to be headed down to at least 66.45 range, and then we have the target of 65.80. There's also this long-term trend line right here, which would get us down to, 6,100, somewhere in there. But the 0.786 on the Fibonacci of this whole big measured move is around 5,400. That is definitely a possibility, guys. I know a lot of people are talking about the $4,000 range, which is right here from where we broke out. But I think we've done enough correction in here. I don't think we have to go all the way down to here. They're saying we broke out too fast. But after this big correction, I mean, if we drew a straight line off of here to where we should be, that it actually lines up with around that $5,400 range. So this is my worst case scenario, guys, if we do break these other targets up here. But as of right now, my target that I'm looking for is around the $6,900 range, and see how that reacts. If we get a nice response there, then we'd be looking at resistance at the 72 again. If we were able to break that, ultimately we'd have to break the 7,700 to start coming back up. And I had talked about the weekly EMA closing the weekly candle above the 55 EMA, which we did not do, as you can see here. And it is looking bearish. We have the 8 EMA coming down towards the 55 EMA, which is kind of scary. We could be coming, down to retest this trend line again. The scary thing is the more we test this, the easier it's going to break, and we could be coming back down to these lower levels. But as of right now, guys, just keep an eye on where we're at. Good thing about trading on Bybit and stuff, if you are an experienced trader, you can make money on the market going up or down. But that's where I'm at with that. Let's go back into the 4-hour, and I do believe this is most likely where we're headed, guys. Around the 69, I'd be looking for a bounce there at least, and then see what happens if we can get back out of this golden pocket zone and get support back above it. This would make a new higher low, a local higher low, but like I said, we'll have to kind of see what happens there. This area right here is going to be really, really important. I am in a short right now, and we'll see what happens, guys. I appreciate you guys watching, and don't forget to click the CryptoSavy logo above my head to get you subscribed to the channel. Tick the notification bell to get you notified when I post videos. Smash the likes. Leave your comments for your chance to win the free t-shirt, and make sure you're subscribed. I will check on that. So anyways, thanks a lot for watching, guys. Have a great day, and I'll see ya possibly tonight.